Hello, today I will be giving a lecture on the Mozart famous Sonata number 16, the Facile Sonata. So, I have taught this musical piece many times, and I have discovered new things every time I teach it, and I enjoy teaching this music, and it's great for performance and to get the students ready for um, a big recital and for also building a good foundation as well when it comes to learning this music. It requires lots of patience and also lots of technique in this case, and to understand the style of the composer as well. Here I have the Sonata number 16. I have the second movement, and I like to start with this one actually. It's a beautiful tune. I'm going to play just the first little snippet of the Andante. Okay, so this is just the beginning. It's a very lovely piece, and I enjoy it very much. It's so here in this situation we have the tempo marking that says andante. So I was asked my student, how fast do you walk when to feel the pulse in this case? So in this situation, it's a 3/4 time signature, right? And we can feel the beats in threes, of course. One, two, three, one, two, three, one. We can try counting one, two, three. Right. So the way a person will walk will be one, two. It's somewhat slow, but what if we change the rhythm? Um, we change the note value as the main pulse, then we'll have a different situation here, because what if we say that the pulse is an eighth note, right? So then it will be different. It will be one, two, three, four, five. It will be a little bit different. And then, so the speed will change. One, two, three, four. It will be six beats. One, two, three, four, five, six, one. It will change the mood as well. Now, uh, how do we interpret this music? Well, I think we have in a way to understand all the inner beats, right? Instead of counting all the beats, the big beats, which is still possible. Then, in this case, I will suggest to play this one slowly. Many students do play this tempo, which is good. we can try definitely with this tempo. Faster. Quarter notes will be 1, 2, 3. Sounds more like like something that a person will probably walk. In my For my personal liking, I think this tempo is it changes the mood, it changes the character of the music, of course. I personally like slower tempo because I find this long melody line more singable than playing, just the notes faster. I can definitely enjoy all the melody lines, and for practicing also helps a lot. So just follow, and I become more engaged with the music. I follow the line. You can change the color. Now that I have an idea of how the melody line is, then I can perhaps do shape it in case I want to take my rhythm a little bit faster. I follow the line, and here I can add a little bit more of this, a little pressure here, because it comes out of nowhere. Why? Because it's just a big jump. It goes from the melody line ends here, and then it goes suddenly an octave. Very sweet, very unusual, very clear, and very um, popular in this type of music. And big jumps like this do suggest a change of mood and a change of character, a change of a new subject, and also it different expression. Um, Big intervals that do go from uh, a very low part to a higher point, then tend to open up the sound of the music and an idea. And plus, here in this case, we have a slur, which means to play legato, and therefore it's a phrase, and a phrase needs to have a beginning and has a also a development and it has an end. So the beginning starts here. If I play this too soft, it will not sound like the beginning of something that is rising. In this case, the music is rising, and then we absorb the information through all this phrase and we finish the phrase. Now you have one long phrase here, which is supposed to end here. Now we'll have to shape the sound of the phrase. We'll have to. I can do a little bit of a decrescendo here. Can do that, and then I can work on my nuances here. You see? And then I can accommodate the D that comes after the C sharp, which creates tension, in this case, in a very lovely manner, in a very politely way. There you go. I'm very happy with that. Can perhaps change that, but I think it is not appropriate with Mozart to start the D too loud. If I do that, let's have a listen to it. I put a little pressure here. It's not. It doesn't work well with melodic line. But here, this definitely needs loud because it's a long note and it's dying. Sound is disappearing, so it needs time it needs more time to let the listener get that G, to get to their heart, and to sing. And here I have to shape the sound here. There you go. And also this one. I'll start this one soft. Here is the interval that opens the sound. More sound. And here's a change of harmonies, which has the resolution on D major. Alright, this is a bit, seems to me as a G major chord, resolving on the well, it seems like it's a D dominant in this case because we have the C afterwards. Mozart is very creative here. He knows his craft. Here, we finally realize that we have finally the C that, in a way, announces the end of the D dominant, resolving on G major. And then we have this beautiful passage that has a lot of staccato notes. How do we play the staccato is the question. Do we play with a bouncy wrist? Or do we do more fingers? Perhaps I'll have to change my fingerings here. Two and one. 2, 1. Both ways seems to work fine for me. I have to practice a little bit more of that. More active fingers. A little bit of wrist. What if I move not if I do not raise, then I get this. Now some people do um, talk about moving your wrist to and your fingers towards your palm as if you are plucking strings. And well, it's a good exercise actually. It's actually a good exercise if you do play in that sort of manner. But you get a different feeling in the fingers. Practice a little bit of this time. There you go. I'm a little bit more happy with that. And it works. But what if I do only this one? I think if I do just a little bit of bouncy race, then I get this very sophisticated and very light and cute type of staccato. It's not too sharp as if I'm playing this sort of staccato. It's different, more lovely. So I'll probably stick with that one. Yeah, I can do both perhaps at the same time. Okay. Then here we have a fermata, which I take very seriously actually in this case because It's the resolution. Here we have this, and we have the end of a G chord. We have to wait for us to place this one. So different dynamics. You know, and the mood and the character is also different. If we compare, it's so much different. This one, because it's D major, and this is in G major. And here I want to make sure that my left hand has balance. It has to be very well played, executed. And I'm following that melodic line. I'm hearing. Why? Because of this. Oops, I'm sorry. Zing. It develops here. So I pay attention to that melody as well. No? Okay, so the question is, how much sound do I want? Well, obviously you will want to voice this, because if you play this one too loud, it destroys the melody line. It doesn't stand out, it doesn't speak, and so we need this one to be played softer. And then you have the change. It's a bit, it's a different mood now in this case. Um, so what we're looking for here is the balance. Oops, I didn't get that one correctly. There we go. And then here we have a new development in this case, and it starts here. So what you could do to practice and to shape the sound and to voice it is you can try practicing a bit of a staccato if you like, or miming at the same time. Just placing your fingers on the keys and pretending that they're playing, but they're not. As I keep my right hand active. It's not easy, And after that, once you have accomplished that, then maybe you'll start calculating and you want to feel how much your fingers want to go down to the bottom of the key to produce the sound. There's a certain place that it tells you when you'll get a full sound. In this case,